Thank you so much.
That should take about, I don't know, the machine, so it could take 45 minutes to get up to temperature, and then we'll be casting. So I'm going to clean this up and get ready for the enameling demo. So, because this is a freaking mess.
Sorry. Okay. Let's try and clear this camera.
Sammy's just cleaning off the camera. I think they made up all my ears and asked them to bring me.
You know what? Kevin is going to Quiznos for me. Do you want him to buy something for you too?
Do they have salads there?
Yeah, I think so.
I love it.
Yeah, what do you want?
Oh, they've got also not be picky. If they have a Caesar salad, that's great. If not, tell them to just pick me any salad.
Hey, you go to Quiznos now, right? Okay. Can you pick up a salad too?
And if they don't have salads,
And E.T., what do you want?
Some kind of sandwich. What kind of sandwich do you mean?
I'm having a chicken carbonara sandwich.
Chicken carbonara? How about just like a plain turkey kind of thing?
Can you get a plain turkey? Do you want what do you want on the turkey sandwich?
Yeah, just have some regular turkey sandwich stuff on it.
Can you get a turkey sandwich as well? And one salad, one turkey sandwich.
and with the salad cart, he can pick.
And the salad, you can pick what salad you.
Technique. What the hell is this? Yeah, you make them sign a contract, so if they turn around and do something, then you can.
I know, I owe you on.
Yeah, it's not mixed.
When you push it, you get a red.
Okay, that's what I figured.
You know, when you're doing the vacuum cast, they supply these rubber gaskets, you know, and so if you want them
To last?
If you want them to last, you can take some newspaper and take about 6 sheets, and then you just make this, and you wet it down, and you put it back on that rubber thing, and it'll last forever.
That's a good idea.
Plus, the vacuum will even be more vacuum because the vacuum is really vacuum. So then, therefore, you get vacuum.
Because you have that nice little seal there.
Is it
Yeah.
double speaking? Double on.
So I'm getting this up to, we had some problems with this kiln, so I'm now going to bring it up to 2,000 degrees. And we got this at about 1,200. I'll turn that up a little bit. And I want to just make sure that this machine is, we gotta,
Does that only go up to 2,000?
I've got an old Christmas. But I love like steam power. How trains are built
So what are you going to pour that at?
I take it up to 2,000.
You always do?
for
For
fine.
fine
For
silver,
fine silver.
not gold.
Yeah, no, no.
So what do you know?
Doesn't this max at 2,000?
It does,
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting at, but
Yeah.
it seems like you can crank it over 2,000, which is scary.
Yeah.
What do you do your gold at?
It's, I have to look at it's Wow, I'm so used to looking at my other kiln that I don't know what it's, I think 1850.
And you're what, 1100?
No.
About?
Red on the back.
Well, we'll find out. I hate these things. The one I have is European, and the deal is,
Too American.
there's like a thing on the European, you can ticket the
Crucible right out.
crucible right up and you have total control. This thing here,
It's like a coffee pot.
it's like, it's huge, it's uncomfortable, you know?
I have one of these curves, and but it's smaller. It's not the.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the box
Well,
on the bottom.
hopefully, I hope that this,
No.
I normally put more than enough silver in. I hardly have a button, but we'll see what happens.
And your flask was held at what, your final temperature?
This,
Yeah.
that was about 1200. See, normally when I pour this stuff, I'm used to the metal actually stays molted for almost a couple minutes.
Wow. Dries out the paper pretty good.
There's a little knife for us.
So David, have you ever just poured with a regular crucible? Back in the house that way with a torch?
No, I don't like that.
$100 down there.
Speedy melt? It's kind of a miniature thing.
Maybe we can get together and have a mini.
No, it's still glowing. Forget it. It's wait a few more
Who's the
minutes.
supplier of the European one? You know?
I forgot the name, but you could find them in catalog. Came here and we had to do what we had to do with what we had. So I'm not going to put this thing on the floor, but
Where does Lynn usually have it?
it's right here.
Oh, that's hot.
No, that's just Lynn's personal.
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't have it here.
That's not stable.
Oh,
They just cleaned off the table and put it out.
So I have
They
more
don't-
control. In fact, a lot of my working
You have a
bench
vacuum caster here?
is not even that high. It's like
No.
I work
Well,
Yeah.
they
very low. My
But
main
for-
table that I work on, the big table, is about 18 inches high.
Yeah, mine too.
You know, and then you fall on your knees and you work and you pray.
Top of my class. I think this table is higher. Yeah, I think so. Because I sit. My table is on the side.
I thought he was sitting at an 18-inch bed.
Now, he kneels there.
Do we have a knife to, when I quench this, is there a knife I can just get that, the rest, because this is my own flask.
Right in that mug, right there.
Don't give up, teacher. I know it. Like that should be fired. Every time I say like, just remember, this is by the seat of your pants. It gives you the edge. Well, no, I do things so differently. I mean, when I go into a clean studio,
Recording. Are you
wow,
recording?
people actually do this. But then, art studio, you know, like their romantic vision, but nobody does it. It's old school. Right. Get rid of these small.
Ah, he bit me!
There goes your TV show. What was that guy that got the manta ray thing?
Irwin.
Steve Irwin. So this is what the underside of a snake looks like?
That's the underside of a snake.
Yeah, really? Yeah. That's why I'm going to change my name. Is there four?
These turned out, but what happened is the one with the barnacle, I can tell right off the bat that it was too cool right here, so therefore the silver couldn't flow. It just stopped right there. I know of it. I've done this before, but the barnacles look pretty cool. So you can pass it around. That's just come in with a tool that you can get through the hole, and you just gouge it out and keep on working on it and get most of it out. And then I'll take it and hit it with a torch, and you quench it in cold water. And then you do that a few times, and you throw it in the ultrasonic for about a half hour. And then I heat it up and quench it again, and then that should be it. But the barnacles look pretty cool on that. I mean, I can tell that I can make another one, and I won't have that problem. You know, I just stuck them on just to see what they'd look like. You can turn the camera off, please. Many times, I mean, even some of these orchids, there's like 4 generations it makes to get the right thickness. It just doesn't happen right off the bat. I end up making molds sometime up to four times.
Just keeping an eye on you.
Okay.
I refine it. There's a thickness I like. I got to play with that. There's all these ifs, ands, and buts. You can get it at like Fried Morel, I think. Sells it. It's like you can buy the small kit. You can buy the gallon jug. Yeah, Rio. Does it have? I don't know about that.
I think their stuff is a different brand.
They like to be all things to all people.
I ordered from them. I don't remember seeing that, but I could be wrong. See, with these gummy bears, I would have gone that route too. The deal is with the hollow core on this, there were too many solid cores in where these arms are, and I didn't like that. But I would have done it. I would have done it differently. I would have made the mold of it like we're doing now. Poured the wax in, dumped it out, and then put a piece of sheet over it. Use the sheet and then cast it that way. So that problem with these, they were a pain in the ass. Can I put hot stuff on there?
You can, it's supposed to be able to handle heat, so when the enamels come out of the kiln, I just drop them right off onto the surface.
Is it like corian or something?
No, that's for the lab. No, this is for the stuff they use in chem labs. So it's heat resistant, it's not man-made. This still costs more than I complained about. My classroom costs as much or more than the chemistry lab, and I said, we do more down here than the chemistry lab. Which is true, we do.
So where was that that you got it?
I don't know, the architects bought it, but it's the same
Is there
stuff
like
they use
a,
for chemistry labs.
like
The people that make it.
I have no idea who they are. I wasn't What's the one?
Easy, medium, and hard. So you make those.
Oh, for solder?
On my what?
I had to study for a minute.
What about them?
What's it? I saw it.
Oh, I mean the big ones?
Yeah.
Solder.
She teaches wire.
Silver solder.
Yeah.
Silver solder and 3 big torches.
You work alone?
Yeah, my lab assistant went.
Yeah, when I was doing it, a friend of mine just helped work it. No, actually, it's set.
And I know that too.
I think you want
Some scientific company that you can buy by a case, you know.
Do you wash yours?
Want to wash it?
I didn't think so.
I know. When it came to how you taught it now.
No, I'm doing this because we took a mold of it. There's all sorts of crap on it.
Do you need tweezers, David, and stuff? Yeah.
No, forget it. I got it. I don't need a tweezers.
Okay. But just in case.
Look at all that.
Camouflage.
No, it's just the stuff on
Like the classes.
All right, so then, okay, we achieved the casting on the, we did the casting, so the next thing is you cut the screws off, cut all the pins off. To get the investment out, you probe, you come in with a really small, like a stainless steel pin, and just keep on meticulously gouging out, under a sink, gouging out all the investment in there until you get the bulk of it. Then you take a torch, heat this up, and then quench it about 3 times in water. You know, heat it up, quench it, and then you'll see more investment come out. And you put it in the ultrasonic for a half hour, and you're pretty much done. And at that point, you can take a file and clean off all the rough areas, and then hit the surface with 180 grit sandpaper. And then I normally go with the Scotch-Brite, and that's it.
So you
don't use ever use investment dissolvers.
I didn't even know they made, it's just another, just
Product.
another thing to sit on your shelf. You know, it's just like I can't handle it.
Fred Fenster, when I was in Wisconsin, we used distilled water because there was so much lime in the water. He said, if you want to get investment off your faces quickly, use vinegar and water. It will break down the lime of the investment. And I found that's really helpful. So I'll put vinegar and water in that little jar and put it in the ultrasonic thing. Oh.
Well, this relief, let's see, something didn't happen here. I gotta do another one.
You press it down.
No, what happened is, I mean, the impression worked out great, but the edging on it, I didn't press it on
Yeah.
the sides. You can see what happened. It's not, the edging on it is one side. Oh, just do it again.
Well, it's not graphite, it's not like that, no?
No, it's dead vertical.
Okay.
It's like a frame, so I'll just do it again. Because the kill's not up to temperature. Enameling on a hollow surface involves a couple more tricks. So what you need is, you'll need like a screen, and you modify it like this, you know, so you can get your, oh, this one, missing my,
Is that mica? Citric?
no, not that.
A
little
laser
fork.
rod.
I think I need that. That's that fork, right?
Get in and out of now.
Yeah, it's gonna be- No, it's for kill them.
Long handle.
For the enamels, they come in powder form, and what we're going to use on the surface of this is a clear, and Coral sells it. It's a Japanese leaded, and it's N1. And what I do is, when I purchase it, it comes like in a jar, and there's all sorts of grade size in that jar. And what I do is take a 200 mesh sifter like this, and I'll dump that jar of in here, and I'll sift it, and I collect the 200 mesh, and the coarser stuff I'll put in a separate jar, and I keep the 200 mesh, the fine stuff,
Do you ever grind down the other stuff?
when I have time. When I have time.
That's what an apprentice is for.
Are all your enamels 200 mesh then?
All my enamels are 200 mesh. And then what I use for sifting the pieces on is 80 mesh. You can see, like, this is 80 mesh. Well, you know, you can look at them later. It's 80 mesh. A lot of them that they sell is a lot bigger than that. I don't know what mesh that is. Yeah, it's some crazy.
Pasta.
Yeah, it's like, but that 80 mesh and then this 200, you can see is like, it's very, very fine.
So when you're talking about the 200, you're talking about painting it.
No, you're sifting the enamels into 200. End of story. Then you take it, put it in the container.
Right.
Now, you got an 80 mesh sifter. And what we're going to do is put the 200 mesh and the 80 mesh, because when you're sifting it on, there's going to be no particles that get clogged in the, because if you went out and took it out of the jar, and you put the enamel in here and you start sifting it, the larger lumps are going to get trapped in these holes, and you're not going to get a consistent sieve. You start getting clogged, and then
David, that big sifter, I've never seen those for sale. The
Coral sells them.
Coral?
She has a whole, you can get a whole set of them, or you can get just the one. Just like some.
Well, yeah, and she'll sell you the screens and you can make your own.
Yeah, you get the screens, you get the plates.
She has pretty much everything you need for
Is she giving a course for them again?
She's teaching out of her own studio.
Yeah.
She's tired of schlepping stuff places. No, not at all.
Yeah, just call her. Just call
I
her.
don't have all my tools out
She's
yet.
having a class next week.
I thought she was having one yesterday too.
It's the next
I found it.
Does anybody know if Mandels are still around? I think so.
So then I fire the kiln up to around 1400, 1450.
They're out in startup.
The couple,
Yeah.
they're still around.
They're still around because they
Yeah.
carry Tom. They used to have still collectors and.
Yeah, I have their card
They
at
have a
home
pottery
if somebody
place
wants
down
to.
in First, just off First
That's
Avenue.
Seattle Pod.
Yeah,
I
they
work
have
for them.
camps.
Okay, I'm glad we got about that pottery thing because
Be careful.
the ceramic stores buy these special pins for, they make the beads, you know? People make ceramic beads and there's these rods that you can put in so they don't burn up and you can slide them out. Well, I buy those rods, okay? And I fashion them into these pins like this. I grind them on the grinder and I make all these different shapes of these pins, okay? And what those are used for is you take them and you insert it in here like so.
Are those nitrile flames?
Whatever it is, I don't know what, it's ceramic.
Yeah.
Okay, it's for ceramic company.
Probably nitrile.
Yeah. Those are the ones we
Because they're the ones that you can put in the ceramic kiln.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not ceramic, it's like
Or
a,
ceramic kiln.
it's for
Clay
for
people.
clay, yeah.
They put beads on them so they don't stick
Right.
the glazes.
But it's not like the lamp working ones, glass. It's a different thing.
They use stainless.
So then you very carefully jam that pin, it's a tapered pin into the hole, okay? And then now you don't have to touch this thing. You got this surface to work with. And then you test it by taking it and then putting it on your platform here. And I put the mica on this so the black particles don't jump up and wreck your enamels. So that's what I do. That's why that happens. And then I know because that I have the clearance on this, I can get it into kiln no problem.
And the black particles are
See,
from, they're carbon.
it's cleared it.
From what? Burned iron. Steel screen. But if you use stainless steel?
Sometimes they start burning up too.
Oh,
In fact, this one I think is stainless steel and it just keeps on. I could be wrong. One time I thought it was stainless steel and it was an aluminum. I put it in the kiln and I think it was like just slumped, you know. It's like. So then with that enamel, then I'll put it in the N1. Look out for N1, but don't step on N2.
You know, she does have two clears. One is that one,
Yeah,
one is another.
Yeah, one's probably for copper. Okay, I don't know, ask Coral, but I just buy N1.
Does that work on gold also?
No. That's shower and the other one. I've had problems with those crazy on mine. This is saliva. I just lubricate it with my mouth. You can get away with it the first time, but the second time, forget it.
That would work.
He's not talking about the flavor.
Work great. Yep.
Is that just stainless wire that's going to the mic machine?
Yeah. It's rolled in there. So there it is, the first coating looks pretty consistent. A lot of practice on this.
Yeah, I'm always amazed when people try to sit on the three-dimensional piece. They don't realize they have to rotate the piece. You know, they just stick them on the same spot.
How long do you wait for?
Wait, I don't put it in. Way. Did I drive? No way.
So how long are you leaving it in 14 to 1450?
Well, there's certain stages, and they say you look for the orange
Orange
peel
peel.
because the glass starts fusing and then it starts to smooth out. So we're just gonna, the first firing is always the longest, the most, it's the most bizarre. You know, like, those first firings.
14.
And why do you not like the non-select stuff?
Clear
Clear
fire,
fire.
because when I paint it on, I can actually see it not going all the way around. But on the metal, it works great. You can get away with clear fire on the metal, what I just did. But once you get the glass on, then it's a different story.
What's that stuff for the back? There's asbestos. That gray stuff. Scale.
Oh, Scalex, yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's asbestos.
No.
No,
And it doesn't have lead in it anymore, but it doesn't work as well as the old.
I use clay stuff.
yours have bad. Maybe it's just, I didn't get all the crap off or something. It's not looking as clear as what I'd like to see, but it never fails on these workshops.
So do you put clear on as a starter for all of the pieces? I mean,
Well, whatever you want. I mean, if you want like another color,
Okay.
we can jump into something else. You know, like I'll work on this tomato next. So we can,
But I mean, do you ever start with a color versus
Yeah.
clear?
that's what I'm talking about. I have a funny feeling this is going to be a disaster. Something weird is happening. I've seen this before a long time ago. Oh, no, I'm all right. It burned right off. It was totally black.
What?
It was black. Now it's burned off.
Maybe you're plugged in.
It's your spit.
yeah. It was too much coffee this morning.
Cup of noodle man.
That's awkward stuff. Well, they're rare. I thought you said-
Yeah, they come in 12-inch lengths or whatever. You just cut them and modify them to your. No, they're not.
They're night.
They said that they're
What did you say?
clay companies sell them for making beads. And I don't know the name. There's always like, you know, someone that knows the name, but I don't know it. But if you look in a ceramic catalog, that first firing is always the hardest. Actually, I cranked it up to 15 now. It's climbing up to 15 because I can't wait any longer.
Firing beads?
So you just fire it till it's melted and you don't worry about how long you fired it?
Well, you can't do it. If you can't do anything until I'm not taking it out unless it's.
Right, so I mean, so it's visual rather than time.
Yeah. it still looks like a funky color, but I'm going to fire it again. We'll see what happens. Sometimes that second firing will burn off. But boy, is that weird. Sold. Hanging?
Well, I mean,
No, it's just clear so you can see through it.
Yeah, I know what you
that's
mean.
you know what I meant.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll let that cool. We'll jump into something
Yeah.
else.
On the bottom.
That's why I brought some more. I knew that this would happen.
Oh, could be.
Oh, it might be the
Yeah.
light right above it. Looks even different with the flash of the cameras on.
But we'll make it work. I mean, we'll just make a wearable bead of some sort, garnish it up with all sorts of crap and stuff.
You don't stick it back in your mouth and pull it down.
You got an air hose?
Yeah.
For compressed air?
Yeah, you know, the any such
You know,
animal?
we don't. There's
Okay.
air on the lines here, but I don't have a hooked up one of those.
I mean, what do you mean? Just pure air? Or
There's compressed air there too, isn't there?
which one is it?
The one that doesn't,
This one?
yeah, and see, I don't have a hose hooked up to it.
Why couldn't you just open only the air on the port? It should just go on.
You could, just waste some oxygen.
But you know, that second firing, it might clear up, but you never know. So with this one, we'll just, okay, this is for N1, so. Yeah.
Mark it.
How that wax look? See it?
The kind you use for keyboard. That's the little
He's gonna do.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
Turn what on? You flip it around? No. Well, it's a workshop, that, you know, you get what you pay for.
They pretty much said that it's really only hazardous eventually.
Right, so now the woman had a baby. Right.
So I could send her one.
You can make it all you want.
Yeah, and I can't. It's hazardous to the people that are producing it.
Yeah,
right.
Not to the people that are firing.
Well, yeah, Coral and I both went to Vestier at the same time, thinking, oh, these years
I
are
think
probably
that's when
really
the wax
toxic, and you know, one of us had.
Yes, it is.
Really? And she's been in that one for 35 years.
Damn, that's pretty good. I think the wax is not hot enough. That's the deal.
We both had a little high mercury, and it's probably because.
So, you know, if you took that tomato here and tomato, we'll have it like in the phase of like half ripe and half green, you know. And so we'll start out with some patches of red and green. Now the plot's going to thicken. This I don't need.
You can see inside it quite a bit. So
You don't see the inside of any of these. The tomato, if I really was doing it, there's going to be a thing going over that. Actually, if I really was doing this as a piece, I would take the time out and I would fabricate a piece of wax. Inside would be threaded and I can screw something in like the protrusion that goes on top of the tomato, the little, you know, and I would screw that in, the stem. And that's how I would approach this. This is not, you know, this is not, I'd have that laser welded.
So you do all that mechanisms before you even start in the other one, on how
You
you
can-
put your parts together?
What?
Do you make all the mechanisms and all the parts?
Everything is made in wax when I make these orchids. Sometimes, sometimes I'll make other parts and then I'll have my friend laser weld. That's the beauty about gold too, you can laser weld things. You can't do it with fine silver. don't want to go that route. I don't want to stress out the enamel, and what I'm doing with the orchids it won't work. I want to see it, and it's got to be cold connected, and put together. Everything is put together in the gold before I even enamel it. I want to make sure everything fits.
So why do you thread the wax rather than threading the metal afterwards?
Because you'll break your taps and dull them every time.
Even with
It's better to thread the wax first and then go in there
I think that.
and then thread it again, and wreck your tool bits, No, I must have labeled it and I never put any in. Damn. That's all right. We'll just,
Oh, you mean the red?
yeah, but that's not the color of a tomato.
The white.
What's that one right there? That's all the
You
white.
have an infestation form.
That's a opaque yellow green. It's really, really bright. This is impossible to get this.
How about some of this yellow?
No, tomatoes aren't yellow. Unless you're taking mushrooms or something. We'll just go with red.
Yeah, those tomatoes are yellow.
Which one?
Right, you're
Pear
right.
tomatoes.
You're right, but I don't have that yellow here. I know exactly that
Why
yellow.
don't you do a rotten?
Oh, man, I needed that green for the can.
So you mean on clear fire?
I'll use that blue though. I might be able to get there.
Can you mix them?
This is saliva, not clear. What?
No, it's not. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna attempt to mix it, but you know what? We'll just pretend that it's the green I got, and then we'll just put some other color in and make it.
Just so we can see your blue and yellow.
Do you have a deeper red?
No, this is good red for the tomato.
What about later?
But I'm looking for a green. The green. This is the green I want right here. But I'll use this dark one. But I know exactly what it's going to look like.
How much spinach?
Oh, the earrings. Oh, weird. Yeah, I don't know where it went.
I must have been in a hurry or something. I can't believe it because I was labeling them and taking my big jars and putting them in these small jars. And I must have totally spaced out and didn't even put the powder in that. Scientific companies. There's one in Milwaukee.
And you're firing at 1,500?
About that, a little under.
These are all transparent.
These are, yeah. When I get to the gummy bear, I'll start using opaques.
Now, when you go from color to color, do you save those enamels then back into the jar? You find that
Absolutely,
it-
they're collected on the paper and dumped them back in.
But you don't find that the other color sometimes drops off?
It doesn't happen with me. If I notice it does, I throw it away. I never, once in a blue moon, will I do that. Pliers. My fingers are too fat. I can't put that thing on. So let's try this one. See, this one will probably turn brown too. I'm going to put when we take that one out, I'm going to put a layer of something, some color here, maybe a little bit of green on there. See what happens. Since it's brown, I'm going to try some browns. Try that. There we go. In my studio, the grunge stuff is downstairs, all the grinding. Part of the house, actually. It's the living room is right next to the studio. No, it's just remodeled, work done. Yeah.
You moved there in 97?
2001. When 9/11 hit, like 6 months later.
Do you know most of your pieces? How many coats of medium do you usually finally do?
About 15 to 20. So as you can see, we're not going to cheat.
So that won't change to the next firing to?
I don't know, we're going to find out. I'm going to put a little shade of green on and put it back in and see what happens. Though it's funny, when I work on these snake eggs, sometimes there will be a bad egg out of it. Sometimes there'll be a bad egg out of that mess. For some reason, I don't know what it is with the silver. I think it's the metal. But it's just sometimes it just doesn't work.
What are you using to your landfill on the second color here?
So I will.
Also, you say you can't fit your mouth because it doesn't.
I wouldn't do it when you got enamels on it because well, these are leaded.
But they're in here.
Right, but you don't want to put when you do the first like that one. I'm not going to put that in my mouth because there's lead on that. So that's why.
But you wear it against your skin. You brushed it.
Well,
Oh, you know.
that's true. You wear it against your skin, but I don't. With the orchids, you know, people wear. You have to have fabric underneath, so. And I guess maybe I'll get sued later on, with all these turtle egg necklaces. These pins are used for holding the, okay, but they're in a ceramic. In a ceramic, you buy these pins that they use for making ceramic beads. Yeah, well, look how she works.
Right.
Look where she works.
Exactly.
I'd be getting my blood tested every day.
But she doesn't, blood levels are not
Right.
high. And she even had the air, like the air from the kiln, they came and tested to see if there was lead being burned off and there wasn't.
Yeah, I mean,
The lead, so she's, I'm not asking you to put it in out, I'm just saying, she feels that the lead is pretty much blocked up in the glass.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there. I mean, I'm not gonna put that thing in my
No,
mouth.
I wasn't suggesting you were, but I also don't think that your customers who use it wear your pieces against their skin
Right.
are running into risks.
Yeah, but they have kids.
And was it dropping the brakes?
Start licking the necklaces.
Sucking on the
I'd
beads.
say there are a lot more things to worry about, like all the crap that you buy from Walmart and Target that are all from China. I think you got a lot more to worry about, the food that you're
Yeah, that's
eating.
just the first fire. We'll just build it up now. You know, with transparency, you don't want to put it on too thick, otherwise it gets cloudy. So you want to put it on thin layers. That's why you do so many firings.
Did you say that first clear coat was a little bit on the thicker side?
What?
The first clear coat was a little bit
Actually,
thicker.
it's starting to look good. Yeah, it's, I just took it out. Looks better than before. Now I can sleep at night.
Was it the red enamel that turned out so gold on that?
Well, it looks gold only because it's the first firing.
Oh, okay. Will it stay that way if you do the fire?
Yeah. I mean, you know, you can stop at any point.
Does red have gold in it?
No.
But red do work better on gold than silver. Japanese have the.
Yeah, I mean, the yellow, anything goes on gold. Anything. You don't have to counter enamel.
I don't counter enamel. Oh, you mean counter enamel or flux?
Flux, I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
Here, I'm supposed to be the expert, and I don't even know what I'm talking about.
You know what you're doing.
I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm talking about.
On any other day.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, San Clemente, it's like a surf town, but people from Southern California are pretty conservative. I mean, like I walk around town here, like a beard like yours or mine, people like, you know, they'll walk across the street to avoid you. It's a very cosmopolitan. Everyone looks the same. The hair is the same. I mean, where I go mountain biking, I used to hitchhike to a certain area. So when these other mountain bikers pick me up, and they're like, "Your hair's too long. You should do this to it." Yeah, it's like all this.
Do you ever wet?
Wrong kind of pliers. I normally use a needle nose, and I file and grind in this groove so I can hold on to that. But I didn't bring it with me, so no big deal. As I said, I'm just showing you how to do it. You can go home and work it out yourself.
Do you ever wet pack?
Yeah, I brought the materials for wet packing, and I'll probably demonstrate at what point I wet pack at.
Do you use slide before?
No, actually I use clear fire and water. I broke down. Here we go again.
They use squeegee oil for?
It's for
Painting.
painting.
Yeah.
I don't want it to smell like. Always remember It smells of squeegee oil.
I think you use lavender oil too.
Lavender, that
Yeah.
will smell
Reduce your anxiety.
No, I didn't wash it off. I just put some, I'm just gonna fire it and work out the next fire, and I'll just do another fire.
And David, would you use the clear fire with the water because you're on a surface that it might fall off when it dries, or why do you use the clear fire when wet happens?
Oh, because there's no control with the spit. I mean, I'll mix it with clear fire and get like a paste, and I put the water in, and I get this consistency. I gotta get it right. With saliva could be either too thick.
Yeah, but I just use
Yes.
water when I wet happen.
Oh, just water?
Just
Oh.
water.
But remember, I'm working on three-dimensional
That's,
surfaces,
yeah,
so.
water.
What's clear fire got in, like, tragedy?
In the basement, I know, that's how I felt too.
I've actually connected with a guy, a climber that when I was climbing in Yosemite, met him in Yosemite, and there was like the snag conference here in Seattle, like in '77 or something. And he said, yeah, it's crashing my house. You know, we did climbs and everything, and I thought he'd be gone. A lot of climbers, you know, you just never find them again. They move around. And I can't believe I called him last night. Remember? Yeah. Called him at 11 o'clock, and whoa, what? He remembered who I was, but he was sound asleep. Like he sounded, yeah.
Did you stay with him in Seattle?
Yes, I was staying with him, and he was a great guy. I ran out of money. He gave me money to get out of there. Hitchhiking around. You know, hitch is something that people can relate to.
She's no longer with them.
No, no.
Well, the good news is,
Put it under the umbrella.
I didn't want to do it initially.
It sounds like things are turning green, but I don't know if I have the energy. I think we should put a calling notice.
Any questions or anything, or?
So do you put the enamel on until the saliva is saturated?
Through years of experience, I just try to get a certain level of enamel on there. Well, if I dissect one of my orchids, I'll point that out, because they're all threaded and put together that way. Yeah, you have to see the cold connections. That's like another, that's a separate workshop.
when are you coming back for that?
You could have
Where did you
Fixed it all up.
tomatoes right here. I pretty much
I had a second
stopped
one.
doing workshops for a while. I don't have time.
What, 5 years waiting list?
3 years for the orchids.
Do you know who Sam Maloof
Yeah. Yeah, he lives near me.
is? Okay, he's what, 90 something? He's got a 15-year waiting list.
Yeah.
But he does have a staff.
Well, he already did his will. They divided his
You know, where you just
wealth
barely
up
fire
to
it on
5.
next time.
Like the 3 guys that worked for him and his kids.
Is that a single now?
That's
But
what
he
gives his
said
whole
he
estate.
knows that he's.
This one is, yes. Actually, for the gummy bear, I want to actually
Yeah.
take it and really put some, I want it to be an electric color, and so I'm going to put this, this is a pretty intense color too, this bright green, shower bright green 20A. And, well, you can see that, that's pretty bright, but this one here, this opaque, I want to overlay on that on top. And then And then at the end, I'll put that over the top of that, the opaque, to get a little luster out of it.
It's hard to tell from this angle, it almost looks like it has specks of color.
Well, it's the first firing. But yeah, that's actually that looks pretty good for a gummy.
Yeah, I think that's
I
a
need
good
it.
gummy bear.
What
Now, are these all lead-based now?
These are all leaded, yeah.
And they're all Japanese?
Not all, these are Shower, I got Thompson, I got everything.
They're all compatible.
Yeah.
Because they're all lead.
Yep.
Is there a reason you didn't put these?
Jesus.
I did.
Sock sack. Sock sack. It has sort of an Asian feel to the thing. And like right there.
And people would get campfires in their bond, young
Be around.
playing in the dirt, they would get it, they'd buy campfires, go to the community. And then all of a sudden,
Well, I keep some, but it's not a lot.
sanitize, and the virus.
So, which I brought
Well, I
it's not fun right now.
I'm fortunate. I use, in fact,
You may have.
I have to, but that's the place for it. But the general public, where everybody, so I would be in a fortunate position because I'm like,
I just get
my sister was a violator.
I know.
Every time I see
But, you know, I haven't just done somebody else did it.
like this. God forbid, I've never seen it.
Never the commission my friend's been waiting for ages. It's like he's getting. I'm dying to do it too. There's a certain piece of it. It's pretty exotic looking.
That does look like a tea.
That's what I'm thinking. You know, but he'll probably buy it for himself.
Yeah.
Pretty wild guy.
Oh, really?
All right, second coat on the gummies right now.
That's why I'm looking for darker greens.
No, it's not. It's the same green. What we're going to try to do is get this thing consistent. And we're going to focus in on a real bright green, and then we're going to go back to this green and put luster in it. So now this one, I want to get it white, so I'm going to use I'm going to use an opaque white on that. How come you don't have a nose? Yeah, I mean, already now, I'm almost going to try actually. It looks even better. I might even pick up something by being everything's spaced out. So. So then I'm putting this opaque white on, and I really haven't tried opaque white on silver before. According to the shower, you can actually put it on the silver, so I've always had bad luck. Check it out.
So will you take it out sooner because you're firing at a high temperature?
No, actually this opaque white here fires at a low temperature.
That's what I mean.
Take it out sooner?
Yeah, you're pulling water, so you can take it out sooner.
Well, we'll find out, right?
Did you find anything interesting in the way of screen?
Kind of. Probably drop this one too.
Well, I was in a problem
Wow, it's looking pretty nice without the other. Maybe I'll just leave the color. I just put one more coat on, and then I'll put the eyes in these gold granule. I'll show you how to make eyeballs.
You make that on glass?
You know, all those snake eggs, baby young, those are all glass eyes.
Yeah.
It's like the color of the polyester.
This? Yeah. Well, think about gummy bears. They are kind of
That's great.
The deal was, you know, to imitate the bear claw and then have these little red beads in between as spacers, you know.
Yeah. That is like electric chartreuse.
Yeah, that's a very nice color. This, you know, bright green 28 shower.
You're gonna hang it on, you said you're making an empty spot on it, didn't you?
What was the number of that?
28. 28. The bicycle, great, the cables.
Not the chain.
Yeah,
That's a different look.
did I put something in there?
You did.
No, I got something.
The opaque white.
Ooh, that looks cool.
Oh, yeah.
I like that,
The hint of color showing through.
what's that?
The hint of color showing through.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting the crackle.
Well, look, all right, this won't be a snake. Is there a flexible?
It's the Polish Easter painting. Is that what it's called? What is it? It's the wax resist.
All right, let's take this one, and then we'll try some wet packing or something. I'm running out of cinders too. I'm running out of It's this like electric green that I got, because I want to see what it looks like fired. And then we'll try some oddball tricks on the side, like this one. This one, we'll wet pack some things that I'll show you. Well, the other one was a different green. That's what it
So that's what on the A.
David, I'm not saying this to be smart, but do you save your spit? I mean, if you
Well,
sit
you know,
there
when
and
I'm
spit
working
in
in
the
the,
jar when you're in your studio.
when I'm working in a studio, I
Do you
put it in
top
a
it off?
container and I have a petri dish on top as a lid. And it normally lasts about 4 days.
So it does save us.
Then it loses its vinegar.
It's hard enough to get up and up.
Well, I don't want it to start molding on me. Because that lily root does that.
Amy, you forgot
Mix it
me.
to lily root and that starts.
You forgot me
getting
on
funky
the
after
gummy
about a week.
realize you're up there.
Not really surprised.
No, it's a plant. What do you expect?
I mean, when your friends forget you.
Wow, there's so many. They're just mold spores everywhere.
Don't forget John. He's up here complaining.
Whining, I think is what it was. Whine.
Whining, yes.
But he's doing a great job filming, so be nice now. Or we won't have a film.
He knows to jump.
Well, I can see it there.
It's your feeling.
Oh, I'm going to try to wrap this up at about maybe, let's see, 4:15 or something. Because if you, Lynn, I don't know if that camera, I can show some shots of some things and then take it and work it out. We can talk about that. Did I get that? No, I was looking. Yeah, let's see this box right here. You got it. It's right here.
Thank you, Helene.
I'll give you wax. You can play around with that.
Amy.
But I'll just,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did I put something in the kiln? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna advance the class feeds
So you're fine, but your nail is gonna see the
Refire this one
sort
time.
of just.
with
No,
no
I,
other color.
no, normally I'm right there. But
you time
because of
it?
the interruption, I don't time it, no. I go by look.
Right.
We'll put one more coat on that gummy bear. I'll put those eyes in quickly so you can at least see
Yeah, I
that.
want to see how you do that.
And you already have those made up?
I made some eyes up, but I can demonstrate how to make them, but I'm not gonna go ballistic on, making everyone, they're all gonna be different. I mean, I make like a lot of them, and then I just go through the ones that seem to work, so.
Like this, not just candy, give some. It's not one thing that all your failed relationships and your love is do. There's a whole series in this. It's rusty, like right here.
And that's the same transparent?
Yeah, it's still the same color. I'm just getting a nice thick coating on here, so it makes it look, so it looks like a piece of candy,
Getting some more depth to it.
Yep, we're gonna get some.
It's still hot.
I do
What's
that
your
quite
solvent
often.
remedy
Don't
for
worry.
burns?
Nah, it happens all the time.
It's starting to look
Oh, I got it.
But you can buy it in like stores and use mica.
It isn't
All the
stuck.
old arts and crafts style
Put a
mica,
pliers in there and twist it
copper,
right off.
that's all mica.
You want it a little
Shellac
stuck,
together.
so
And I
it doesn't
wondered where
fall
the
off.
color
You
came
want
from,
it
because my
to
favorite
older.
color is the shellac aging over the years. They just break it up in little pieces and coral silk. I think Jerry's Rock Shop carries it in big chunks.
That's the shower?
No, mica. Oh, sheets of mica. I never knew that the arts and crafts style lights, the copper that had
Yeah,
to be.
they're mica.
They're mica.
You know,
But
another
the color of them, I wondered, and then it's because the
All right, back to the meeting. Just kind of watch that wax frame just in case. These are, I don't know what they use these for. They're like core cutters or something, diamond tips. I don't have no idea. But what I like to use them for is, where's the key on this?
it's right on the flick
Oh. Normally when I grind glass, like I start grinding into my glass, I'll have like my shop vac put outside and I take the filter off. And I have it coming through my window, and then I have this big screen on the top where the vac is. And then I can carve the glass away while the vacuum is on and all the dust goes outside, and I can carve, without a ventilator. So when I turn it on, I open up the window and the crack, and then I use a stick and turn on the vacuum outside. But the hose comes in the house. Get a few birds too.
So you do it dry with that water then?
Yeah, I just do it dry so I can see what I'm doing. So in this case, I'm gonna.
Oh, you better worried about lead poisoning.
Hmm? Is there supposed to be filming here? Flota. We're down to 3 minutes of film left.
Those times are long. You look better than my grandfather. Yes. He probably had a hard life.
Bringing people from other countries.
For this wet packing, as I said, in one of these bottles I have distilled water, and the other one I have clear fire. And I normally mix the powder in like a little plastic, they use a head for cleaning store, art supply company. And whatever, there's a consistency I like. And then what I have is multiple. I go to a glass cutter and order all these pieces of glass that are this big. So I just stack them. You understand? I put glass over it so that these are protected, and I can put the other one on top of the other one, so it doesn't take up all that space.
And then you just re-wet them and use them again?
Yeah, I let them dry out, or in most cases I remember all the colors, or I'll put with a pencil what that color is, and then I just go back in there and use it if I need it down the road. And if I don't use it, it's dry, so I just put it back in the container. Yeah, it's just a blunt, like a tiny spoon.
You should dry them out, I think, or put them completely underwater. The actual water. Underwater. In water. And then there's no water above it. Then it's supposed to be here, because water and the animals will start to get oxidized. So you need them completely dry or completely underwater. They said. And that really has to do with kind of the quality of it.
He's just finishing up.
She's here.
Is the kid win?
Yeah. This guy I met mountain biking, he goes, yeah, my kid plays soccer. So you're doing cancel days? I'm swinging it. Making up as we go along.
What color do you like over the top now?
I put a little green on. We just see what happens. We're just experimenting. There is no right or wrong and right. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
To see about getting the depth. They were talking about.
Once the other side of the lens, but was there a big piece on the bottom loaded up?
What, this?
So as it get pulled in?
No, it's melting. Pretty good. Yeah, water and clear fire, which means what? I never do. What's the point? It'll dry when it goes in there.
It won't pop the little capacity.
Is the egg in there right now? Yeah. So you don't have to let that dry completely.
the first time.
Do you typically not allow the demos to dry until you come back like that before you fire them?
Doesn't matter, right? That's what I do. Besides the Olympic pools. And I didn't go to college right away. I worked in a factory for about a year. I ran an overhead milling machine, and I was a crane operator. So I had a lot of lathe and I had machinery experience. But I just didn't like the attitude of the workers. It just didn't seem to be right.
You heard about that?
Is that a new carving?
No,
yes,
new mold,
yes.
Did I mention my grandfather was a jeweler and yeah, my dad's dad was a taxidermist? Yeah, I was diseased right away.
You're lucky it always doesn't work out that way.
When you hold it like that, it's part of it's cooling, getting thicker.
Well, you know, I got the wax pretty hot, and I just want to control this this piece of what it be consistent. No, I'm just trying to make a shell.
So you put a piece of flat piece of your back, hollow.
The idea is to get a thin piece so that you made a hole.
Right, I got that.
Gary, could you pass us the 3-piece casting?
All right, we got it. Where are we? There's nothing in talking about. Yeah, I'm just playing around with Okay, I'm going to fire the nose into this guy first. I got all sorts of 24 karat gold granules here. Come in all different sizes. These are like glass beads here. These are an assortment of eyeballs. Did I get some in the kilns?
drop in.
Did you make your granules?
No, I have this fellow in the water. I used to make them, and I might have to make a bigger one, so that's where the charcoal block.
Don't forget the kiln, baby.
Oh yeah, thank you. The ideal way, if you're going to make your own, is let me take this out. You want your water?
Stainless steel rods and that help.
What I'm attempting to do is if I had another rod across there, I can balance this charcoal block, and I think we're going to get something here. Just a couple coat hangers or elongated, same size, whatever. Oh shit, yeah, excellent. To get granules, what I like to do to get really tiny ones like this is you take 24 karat gold and you just pour an ingot in a charcoal block, and you just pour it and let it set, and you take a coarse file, brand new, a piece of paper, and just start filing it. All those filings, then you dump it on the charcoal block, heat it with the torch, and they all are tiny little granules. The ones that are bigger like the hop. I have a 24 karat gold piece in here, so I'm just going to cut it and make some assorted size, something bigger than what I have here, because they're too small, obviously. So. Actually, that's the way of getting them perfectly round. When you go in the water, then they're perfect spheres. big enough. Big size. Change my mind on that idea. Opaque green. Yeah, this one I had a hell of a time getting. It's a real hard color. It's very brilliant. It's not opaque.
What company is that?
Shower.
Where did you get your shower?
Good. On the internet. Rio Grande sells it, but it's not all the colors. It's not. They don't have all the colors that Shower makes. So I'm going to pack this.
That's in the eye?
Yeah, this is for the nose. The eye will be a whole different.
But you could have done it with spit, right? You were going to do that earlier? You were going to put granule on stuff like that?
No.
Trying to place the flat spot of the bead down.
Yeah, I also noticed a protrusion or some crack on the back. Not a crack, but when it was setting. I like to put a little indicator in there so I know the glass is molted. I'll just put like a sprinkle of this around here. So then when I see that gone, then I know everything's fired. Then I take it out.
You put some, rub pack some green in the nose first?
Yeah.
And then
With
some granule?
Yeah.
And then put your indicator on?
Right.
Right.
Well, it's just a little powdered enamel in one section, so you can see that it fired. And then we'll do the eyes. Thought of that, I almost said quickly drilled holes right where the eye and nose was, and I thought it would look better. It lighten the load up a little bit.
So wet packing enamel underneath the gold bead is just really insurance.
It's a glue. It glues it in. It fires the bead.
Wouldn't there be enough enamel there already to technically grasp the bead if you just put the bead in there without wet packing?
Maybe, maybe not. I just want to make sure.
All right.
Because it's
file and just file it flat. I'll hit it with all the grades of sandpaper to a polish, and then there'll be like a little shiny button there when I fire it.
The gold has
Like a black bead like this, you know, these Indian beads or whatever on the belts, you know, whatever. I'll buy a whole, I'll buy a whole bunch of these things, and then I'll take it and break it with a pair of pliers, like so. And then take the torch. Watch it fall off. All right, with those, and now I hit them with a torch, and they're all like little spheres. Okay, so then I'll take the white. I'll ball this up.
Now I get it.
The taxidermy store doesn't make gummy bear eyes?
No, I do though. Yeah, well, the deal is we're making these eyes, and yeah, that sucks. Okay, now I want to flatten the nose. Maybe if I hit it on a buff that way. I wish I had a loop. I can't really make out. Yeah, that's one thing I do have. I mean, I actually inspect things with this kind of loop. No, I pre-made, or I have like a bunch of these on stock, you know. On stock, and we'll see if we can find a matching pair here quickly.
I've never.
You never asked?
trying to get these eyes exactly matched with the pupil and everything.
Is there already wet packing around where the eyes are going?
No. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
This is a good thing to do at the very last
Part of the day, yeah.
end of the day. This is the icing on the cake.
They don't want to put LED lights in.
I don't know how I feel about those eyes. I might put some gold in there instead. Well, I think you get the idea. It's 4:30 already. We got one more thing to do. So, but I left the eyes in there. Maybe because I'm getting tired, or if I worked on this problem, I could probably resolve it. It could be the color of the eye that bothers me. I could do different pupils that you can see, but the